You are listening to the Lose Weight for the Last Time podcast with me, Laura Conley, episode 231. Hey guys, if you are new here, let me just quickly introduce myself to you. My name is Laura Conley, and I am a life and weight loss coach, and I help women and moms lose weight for the last time. I help them to stop dieting, to find food freedom, and start living in the bodies that they actually want to be in. So in today's episode, which is, by the way, a super special one, I give you a behind the scenes look at a live client panel. So I just had 7 of my clients come and chat inside the Hotter and Happier You challenge, which, by the way, you guys, if you go to the show notes, you can still access. We will send you the replays. The challenge was fire. So if you want to lose 5 pounds by Saturday, let's call it a week in case you're listening to this on like a Friday, this is the challenge for you. And we're not doing it in the old traditional ways. It's new and unique. So you can go to the show notes if you want to check out the challenge. But these women that you're going to hear from today are real women sharing real stories about what it's like to lose weight the different way, the new way, the unique way, the way that you've never heard of, without shame, without obsession, without food noise. So you'll hear their struggles, their breakthroughs, and why this was the most life-changing thing they've ever done. Not just for their weight, but for their relationships, careers, their overall happiness, their day-to-day. So if you ever wondered, could this actually work for me? Can I actually lose weight? Am I allowed to dream the dream that I thought I had to throw away? This episode is your answer. So let's dive in. So I want to open it up. I talked a little longer than I wanted to, but I want to open it up for questions that you guys have. So throw your questions in the chat box and I'll monitor those questions. But I first just want to open it up to the Yum Mom alum panel. You guys can raise your hand by using the raise hand button. I can just call on you, or you can raise your actual hand if you have an answer to my question. So the first thing I want to talk about is what got you over the hump, because it is expensive for people. It is a commitment. It is scary. So what would you tell somebody who's on the fence, or what do you wish somebody had told you? Rachel.
Yeah, so I had someone who was a Yum Mom alum, whatever, YMer in real life talking to me and like kind of telling me how great the program was. But even then, I was super, super skeptical. And my husband actually was like, is this a pyramid scheme? Like, what is this? Like, he was like totally convinced that I was being like conned. In fact, I got the time of the first call wrong, so no one was there. And my husband was like, you totally got conned. This is not
I didn't know that story. That's so good.
Yeah, but it's okay. So how I got over the hump. I mean, I had like gained a ton of weight during a pregnancy that had been like a couple of years in the past by the time I started YMX. I just like had really, really struggled to lose that weight. And truthfully told, I think I wasn't trying that hard. Like, I think I was just like the lack of accountability and the lack of like, I was just so frustrated, but it was affecting my mental health. And I think we decided that like my happiness and my mental health was invaluable and that it was worth spending the money. And like, if this was going to work, it was worth the money. The other thing was that I had a consultation call with Laura where I was like, okay, I need to understand, like, I'm not super woo. I don't love the like cheerleady stuff usually, and like I needed to know the science. I needed to know, why does this work? Like, what is the evidence? And so Laura kind of walked me through it. She talked about the hunger hormones and like the studies around group coaching and things like that, and like kind of understanding the evidence and the data really got me over the hump that this isn't just like some person trying to convince you to give her money so she
We're not just gonna like do affirmations and mantras. I mean, we do a little bit of that, but there's science about. Yeah, so guys,
evidence really helped.
Yeah, totally. So, Yum Mom alum, in one sentence, what would you say got you over the hump? Like, why did you sign up? Put that in the chat if you can. Steph had raised her hand, so I want to hear from Steph. Oh, and for the challengers that are here, for my participants, I want you guys to know that the panelists that are here today, we have Yum Mom alum that signed up in January. So they're like 3 months into the program. And then we have Young Mom alum that have been with me for years. So we have the whole spectrum. And I have podcasts too. If you want to like go listen to some of the podcasts of Young Mom alums, like 2 years later, 3 years later, those are there. Steph, go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So very simply, I've had on my goals so many years to get back to where I was pre-kids, weight-wise, and just feel more confident in my skin. And it was the only goal year over year that I didn't do. And I could do all these other things, but I couldn't do this one. So at the end of last year, I found the podcast and said, you know what, I'm going to do something different because I've been doing didn't lead to results. So let's give it a go. And I've been just incredibly happy with how fun it has all been and really surprised the upside. But for me, it was this moment of like, I literally cannot keep doing what I have been doing that's resulted in not getting what I want.
Yeah, let's just celebrate you for a second. That's so cool that you had the awareness. That was me too for so long. I'm like, this is the same goal that just gets carried over from year after year after year. Then I just stopped putting it on my goals because I'm like, I don't want to see that anymore. And then I had my daughter. You guys know that story. That's so helpful, Steph. Yeah, so good. Okay, so Alex is saying the money back guarantee. I was like, cool, let's find out. Alex, can you speak to this a little bit?
Totally. Yeah, I was really skeptical. I had been like slowly gaining weight since I stopped breastfeeding my second daughter. And my husband kept being like, my mom has struggled with weight loss. And I had always told him like for years, like, don't let me become like her. Like she's so like, and she struggles so much. And like, I didn't want to struggle. And he looked at me one day and was like, do not go quietly into that dark night. And so I felt
so good.
I know. I was like, you're right. This is exactly what I told you to say to me when this happened. Thank you for honoring that. And so like I found Laura through my cousin, Sarah, who's like very, very, very involved and is amazing. And I was skeptical at first, but the money back guarantee is what put me over the edge because literally I was like, this is so much money, but it will be so worth it if I lose the weight. And if not, I'm getting my money back. Yeah. So like, who cares? It's either an investment or I get the money back. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm not going to be like mad at you guys or mean to you. People are like, well, I'm not going to actually ask for my money back. I'm like, no, we can like still like be friends. Like it's fine. Yeah. I love that. That's so good. Okay. This is a great question from Claire. Claire, I would actually say most people are in their 40s. I would like, honestly, it's probably even between late 30s, 40s, 50s. We get 60s, we get 70s, we get 80s. We get 20s, which I'm obsessed with because it just shows you that it works for any age. So then you're not freaked out going into your 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s because you're like, oh, I have all the tools no matter what age I am. And I also like doing it for like here I go on the sisterhood front, but like, you know, like Carolyn's like one of our sages. So she'll like reflect back to us, hey, I remember when I was there and when I was there, I did this and this really helped me. And we all like look up to our sages in the program, which I think is like, it's actually like giving me the chills, articulating that right now. So 4,000%, Claire. I'm in my 40s. Yeah, exactly, Alex. That's right. That's totally right. Okay. So that's right, Rachel. You guys throw in the chat if you haven't already said, what made you take the leap? I want to ask another question. Why do you guys think this is different? Like, why is this different? Why is this unique? Why isn't this like what else is out there? And raise your hand and I'll call on you, Alex. Alex and then Kelly.
For me, I think the biggest thing is the emphasis on the brain rewiring and the radical self-love. Mm-hmm. Like, we are kind to ourselves in the program. We do a practice called Look Back with Love, which like I've literally never done before, which is like giving yourself grace and sort of understanding why you maybe slipped up and then just like starting again and like continuing and loving yourself throughout. Like we are humans. We make mistakes. We do all kinds of things. And I've just never, like in any kind of practice, let alone weight loss, like have like
given myself that kind kind love.
That's like the best gift. I mean, like it's
incredible.
kind of like, you guys, I'm gonna admit it. It's like sell you what you want and give you what you need. Like, you're gonna lose weight for the last time for sure. But one of your favorite things is gonna be how kind you are to yourself. And a lot of us actually don't know how mean we are to ourselves. It's a low level loathing. It just plays in this like subconscious background soundtrack. There is a huge upgrade available for most of you. Like, seriously, you're going to be with yourself for the rest of your freaking life. Why the hell not love it like crazy? Like, I know that's kind of.
Yeah. And it's been affecting like all the other aspects of my life. Like I'm talking to myself differently now, and it's impacting everything in a really positive way.
That's so good. Kelly.
Yeah, I think what makes this different is the thought work and the fact that it's really about what's going on in my brain versus like what I'm actually putting in my mouth. And because I feel like I had been able to follow through on so many other things in my life, but I could never like figure this one piece out. And it's really about like, I'm kind of onto my own bullshit now, which it's like, it's good. I'm like, oh, that's just a thought that I have that actually makes no sense. And I'm able to kind of rethink it, rewire it, and figure out like, what do I actually need right now? Like, it's probably, if hunger is not the problem, food is not the solution. And being able to really just kind of take a step back and internally get to the bottom of what's really happening instead of just being super reactionary all the time.
Oh, that's so well said. If you guys feel like you know all the things, like when I was struggling, I'm like, I could freaking write these books at this point because I, of course, owned all the books, like Tracy Anderson, freaking Keto this, whatever. I'm like, I could write the book. So if you feel like you can write the book, or you feel like you know all the things but you can't get yourself to follow through, it's because of your mindset. We have to rewire your brain, to Kelly's point. Anyone else want to speak on that question of like, why do you think it's different? You can throw it in the chat. A lot of you guys are putting it in the chat too. Okay, so Steph, and then I have another question.
I was just going to say, one thing I think that's really been different is that it's been holistic for me thus far. I mean, even so much so that I manage a department and I held a meeting with all of my managers to talk about how to apply the principles we're learning to career development and how to work through our own emotions at work. And so I've really enjoyed just thinking about it, not only from like what it's helping me with my own weight loss journey, but also just more holistically, even to the question of like being scared of maybe what lurks inside. Is like, yeah, it's kind of exciting because I'm at least applying it not only to like what this is, but also so much more broadly, career, business, so many other things. And I've been really impressed with how the framework just can be applied across the board of life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost impossible for it to not ripple into the other areas. I mean, I love how you're being like super proactive about it. Like, your team is so lucky. That's so cool. I love you. And so I just think, yeah, it can't not, because it is holistic and it is at that root level. It's not a Band-Aid. Hey guys, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, I want you to go to lauraconley.com where you can find out how to work with me. You can get our free class on how to weigh what you want without doing shit that you hate. You can book a call with me if you're interested in working together, and you can take our free quiz. It's so fun. So head to lauraconley.com right now so we can have you in our world. Let's play a little bit of rapid fire. In one word, how did I feel? How did you feel before the Yummy Mummy when you were struggling? In one word, how did you feel before the Yummy Mummy? In one word, how do you feel now? And how would you describe the Yummy Mummy experience in one word? Who wants to say theirs out loud? And we can also hear them in the chat. So what you felt like before, what you felt like now, and how you would describe the Yummy Mummy experience in one word. Okay, so Steph is saying she felt defeated, she feels empowered now, and Yummy Mummy in one word is fun. Let's go around and hear these out loud, actually. That's even more better. Okay, Steph, you go first.
Okay, yeah, felt very defeated on my list of goals. Yet another year I didn't do them. and yet I can do all these other things. Why not this? And then now I feel much more empowered and feel, even today I had a little bit of a rough moment, but I felt committed and I knew what I need to do and I know what's happening and I'm on the horse. And then it's also fun. I mean, you see Laura's energy and it's like that throughout the whole program. And I think it brings it out of all of us as well.
Totally. I love it. Okay. Let's see. What else? Kelly, what do you want to say? I want to hear from everybody out loud.
Yeah, I felt really lost and just kind of at my wit's end beforehand. And I feel really hopeful about kind of like all things in life. And even when things are not going great. And I think supportive is probably the biggest word for YMX for me. And it's just so like unconditionally supportive. And I found that really special and unique.
Oh, that's so good. I love that. I love what you're bringing up, though, too. Like, life is going to life. You guys, you aren't going to do the yummy mummy experience and then your life is going to be perfect. I mean, you don't want it to be perfect anyways, but like, I like what Kelly's speaking to because it gives you the tools for when life inevitably lives. Yeah. So let's keep going around. I want to hear everyone's words. Rachel.
Well, I was going to say, I felt stuck. Now I feel empowered because I have those tools that I can kind of apply as needed in my life.
Yeah.
And Yummy Mummy was, I would say, supportive, but also non-judgmental.
Oh, yeah, that's so good. Katie.
Yes. So I would say before I felt very burdened and like a failure and like this was my destiny. Like this was the hand I was given. I was going to be a binge eater forever. There was nothing I could do. Like there's no point in trying. And now it's like I feel so much in control that I'm in the driver's seat and like I'm actually writing my own story and I'm choosing how my life goes. I'm not just letting life happen to me.
Oh my God, that's everything. That's everything. That's so well said. What about the Yummy Mummy in one word?
Fully life-changing. Like how others have said, it affect like I have a better marriage.
Yeah.
Everything's better like because of it. And that mindfulness and maybe mindful, like the mindfulness I have is like on a completely other level than I've ever known.
Yeah, that's so good. Melissa.
I think when I felt lost and confused at the beginning, just not sure, it's like I tried all these things, nothing's working, and I felt a little frantic and, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then I feel empowered. And then the one word for YMX would be, I'm going to say, I know somebody said they weren't into the woo or the woo was hard to grasp, but it's magical. It just is. It's touched my life in ways that I never would have expected or believed. And it's amazing. I can't say enough good.
I love you, Melissa. I love all my clients. You guys will see, like, I'm such a weirdo. I'm just constantly like, I love you guys so much. And they're like, okay, like, that's a little much. Can we just back off for a second? I'm like, no, we cannot. Okay, who else has this? Alex, say your 3 words.
Yeah, I was frustrated. Now I feel empowered. Many people have said it, but it's so true. And overall, my one word is inspiring, not only because like, I feel inspired by the people that I'm with in my cohort and like their stories and how they're progressing in this journey, but also like I'm inspired by myself and my own progress.
Oh, that's fun.
And I can do hard things. Like, I think I got to this rut where I like didn't know anymore if I could do hard things. And I've proven to myself that I can.
It's so good. Carolyn.
Overwhelmed, free, and life-changing.
Look at her. Look at her. Good job accepting the assignment. Crushing the assignment.
I mean, there's so much there's so much noise, food noise, internet noise. You should have this much protein. You should eat this way. You should eat this many times a day, blah, blah, blah. And nothing ever worked. And now I just don't even think about that.
So freeing. So good. Did I not call on somebody? Did I hear all the words from all the people? Okay, guys, we have to close. So closing remarks. I want you guys to all leave us with one little piece of wisdom or, like, what did you need to hear? What would you have loved to hear? Take yourself back to when you were feeling those feelings, frustrated or overwhelmed or confused. Really, what would have helped you in that moment? Because really what I want to do is inspire these women that are on the fence or that are curious to be willing to take action in the name of their future selves for themselves. And you guys, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for your family. It is the best gift you can give to your family. It really, truly is. Like, have you guys seen that study? It was going around on Instagram for a while. And it talked about like the biggest indicator of a children's success as they grow up, like whether or not they are thriving or to the degree that they're thriving has the most to do with how happy their moms were. Isn't that crazy? I'm botching it a little bit, paraphrasing a little bit. If you want the actual butt notes, I'll get it to you. But that's like really interesting, right? And we put ourselves at the bottom of the list constantly. Okay, so what are you guys all like? Think about your one sentence. What are we going to say to inspire them? And then we'll end. Katie. Well, Katie, you have your hand raised, so I feel like maybe you want one sentence. What are we going to leave them with?
So I think when I was in that position, something that I had a hard time with, it was being very skeptical of your guarantee. And I would say now that out of anything I purchased in my life, this has the highest rate of guarantee that actually was achieved. I don't know if that makes sense, but
the ROI is there is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like out of almost anything I've done in my life, it's like, this was the closest to what you advertised. I know that would have just been so helpful to hear because I was so skeptical, but yeah, it's truly organic exempic, as you like to say. And it really, you conquer that food noise, which was like my biggest problem my whole life.
Oh, that's so good. That's so well said. Okay, you guys, we do have to end, but I love what everyone's saying. Alex is saying, believe in yourself. You can do hard things. There's a whole community here to support you. You're not doing it alone. Steph said, I needed to hear that it's possible to live without food chatter. Just 3 months in and already remarkable. This is the most important thing I've done for myself and changing who I think I am. And so much more. Invest in you, Carolyn says. It will improve everything and everyone in your life. Just try it. Melissa says, this is it. If you think YMX might be for you, I promise it is. These are good, you guys. Kelly says, your past doesn't dictate your future. It's so good. Just because you haven't been successful doesn't mean you can't be. Rachel says, I think what would have helped me is knowing that this is not just a diet program. I'm learning tools that I can take with me for the rest of my life for weight-related purposes and other purposes too. It's so good, you guys. Okay, I threw the link in there. You guys, I don't know if this is true, but I'd be willing to guess if you wanted to chat with the Yum Mom alum more, they'd be willing to do that. So reach out to me, apply, let's get on a call, let's get you going for the next cohort. Remember, we have about 10 spots, so get your applications in. We're starting on April 28th. So I love, Alex, you're so sweet. That's so nice. I love you guys all so much. The challengers and my Yum Mom alum, I literally love you. I can't believe I get to do this for work. It's crazy to me. So our challenge winner, Krista texted me, is Claire Gilbert. So Claire, you won $100 to Amazon, and everybody else, if you're watching this as a recording or you're watching it live, email team@lauraconley.com and we will give you our $37 for free Perfect Weight Loss Plan playbook. So usually we charge $37 for that, but we're going to gift it to you today. Okay, we have to go have another call. But I love you guys so much. Have the best day ever, and I hope to see you inside the Yummy Mummy experience. What did you guys think of this episode? What did you guys think of what the Yummy Mummies had to say? I would love to hear from you. Please rate, review, and follow this show. You guys have no idea, as a small business owner, how much that helps. If you're on YouTube, comment, subscribe. We would love to have you in our world. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope this episode inspired you and helped you, and I hope you have the best week ever. Ciao, ciao.